Welcome to the Vidnight Society, courtesy of Guaranteed Video. I am Kevin James, joined by my good friend Neil Ciceriga. We're going to talk about a music video today, give a bit of commentary and review. And today's video is, of course, the late 90s banger Dragula by Rob Zombie off 1998's Hellbilly Deluxe. Neil, why do you want to talk about Dragula?
Well, I'll get into this a little bit, but it is not what I thought Rob Zombie was. I didn't grow up with this song. I don't really remember it specifically.
Yeah.
I like saw The Matrix and stuff.
It's in The Matrix for like 10 seconds. It's on the soundtrack.
Yeah, but I totally rediscovered it like within the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And I really like it.
It's a good song.
It's a good song.
We're in our early 30s now.
Yeah.
Music like Rob Zombie, or a lot of stuff that got under your skin in a good way when you were 12 or 13, you super distanced yourself from.
Sure,
you became a later teen, you wanted to be cool. When you were like 17, you did not want people to know you liked Dragula. But then you come back to it a couple years later and you're like, this is a cool goddamn song. It means nothing, right? It's the song, the title is based off of the Munsters car.
Yeah,
right?
Grandpa Munster had a drag racer. The car in the video apparently is not the Dragula, it's just the Munsters regular car.
But he wanted to call it Dragula.
Yeah.
I guess it was like the last song written and recorded for the album. You said you didn't really grow up with Rob Zombie. As someone who played a lot of PlayStation games back in the day, this song was on so many soundtracks. It was on Gran Turismo 2, Sled Storm, great game, snowboard, so it was like a snowmobile racing game, and of course Twisted Metal 4. And the thing about the Twisted Metal games is they have a special relationship with Rob Zombie. Super Beast, another Rob Zombie hit, was in Twisted Metal 3, but everyone really wanted Dragula. So Dragula was on Twisted Metal 4, and not only that, but you could play as Rob Zombie in Twisted Metal 4.
Cool.
If you win Twisted Metal, you get one wish. Right? And the character has their own arc, like their own dreams and wild aspirations. And Rob Zombie's dream was to become like a super beast or something like that. So at the end of Twisted Metal 4, he gets his wish and it hard cuts to the Super Beast music video because they could fit it on the CD.
Cool.
But Dragula. What happens in this video? What's the story of Dragula?
There's no story. I think it's your typical, let's just shoot a bunch of stuff that we think looks cool. We'll throw it all into the blender together and that's a music video.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's totally fine for a song like this. The song doesn't really change either. It's all one tempo and it's just chorus, verse. So, but this specifically looks like, those photo booths at a mall where you go in, you take your photo, you put on some costumes. This is like the video version of that.
Rob Zombie's just like, here's some cool Halloween props.
Yeah, totally. It's kind of like the opening to Ernest Scared Stupid, where there's a lot of mugging to the camera and then an old black and white public domain movie clip will show. But it's all like pretty fun stuff. There's nothing like that's actually going to drag you down.
It takes like 2 minutes or whatever. It's like when like that bridge kicks in where it's just Rob singing, "Do It, Baby."
Yeah.
And they cut to footage of, I believe it's his wife, like kind of dancing for the camera.
Yeah.
And the rest of it doesn't have any sex appeal. There's no violence really. It's just Rob Zombie and his buddies dressed as like skeletons, just rocking out. Like they're doing like the Night of the Roxbury.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Just looking like they're like chewing popcorn or something.
The colors are crazy. It reminds me of like Adobe Premiere 5 or something, like my first editing software.
Crazy contrast.
Just cranking up the contrast. Stuff like that.
Makes the makeup really sing.
Yeah. It's just a total mess. If there were like anything else going on in the video, it would feel like too many things.
Yeah.
But it really is just like 3 or 4 different ideas that all just kind of mush together. There's some fire, there's crazy colors, and then there's the makeup.
It's just a crowd pleaser video.
Yeah, totally.
It's a riot. If you're having a Halloween party, this song really should be in your playlist. We got to get over it. It's a cool song.
Yeah.
We don't have to feel ashamed anymore. Leave the video on in the background on the TV. It's up there with Thriller, in my opinion. It's just it's cool in terms of just being a good Halloween standard. Obviously, Thriller's clearly a better video.
I really like the one effect. It's in a couple shots where it's a funhouse mirror.
Yeah.
They're like playing guitars and like their torsos are really long for a second, Clearly someone learning their software, I think.
Do you think I mean, going into it, Rob Zombie had been in White Zombie. Do you think if they knew how over-licensed and how popular the song would be, they would have spent a little more time and money on the video? Because it was clearly done in a day, right?
Yeah, totally.
Like 8 hours of shooting or something, and now it's out there for all eternity for us to look at. It's definitely his biggest hit, right? I can't think of another Rob Zombie song that's like I can't think. I can maybe 2 more. Period.
Okay. I mean, he's definitely way more popular as a filmmaker, which we should talk about.
I get. Did he direct this?
He did. Yeah.
He did direct this. Okay.
I've never seen a Rob Zombie movie at all. You've seen a few, right?
Yeah, I've seen House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Reject. I saw the 2 big ones, that and The Devil's Reject.
Okay. So, and like the rest, you just took a look at them and you're like, no thanks, right?
Yeah.
Same. I just have no interest in that kind of horror specifically. And it just, those movies, like around the same time as the Saw movies and stuff, they had the torture porn moniker. And it was just like a real big turnoff for me. And it just seemed like, oh, this guy's whole sensibility is not what I'm into at all.
I want to upset people.
Yeah, so 2 years later, realize, oh, this is where he came from. This like total camp, total funhouse.
Monsters inspired.
Literally,
like,
it's a
death
Monsters
metal,
reference.
Horrorcore.
It was like really pleasing for me to realize like, oh, it's like, you know, seeing a movie that you thought was too scary as a kid and realizing it's just fun.
The aesthetic in like the dancing are almost Muppets inspired. You know what I mean?
He looks like a Muppet.
He looks like a Muppet.
Like
he looks
Dr.
like
Teeth.
a big, like a big shaggy man, just kind of like rocking out. You said earlier today before we filmed this, you kind of wish we got more of this Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
Like you wish we had like another like Rob Zombie single that was just goofing on like horror like essentials, like something that even a kid could relate to.
Yeah.
Okay, the chorus. Dig through the ditches, burn through the witches, and slam in the back of my Dragula.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Sounds cool.
It sounds cool, yeah.
That's fine.
Sure.
Yeah, this intimidating man saying these nonsense sentences.
One of the clips they show is, it probably not, but I thought it might have been a Little Rascals clip. There's some little kids in it at one point.
Yeah.
They got some Frankenstein, the monster, in it. My favorite use of stock footage in it is at the very end. It ends, and then it shows black and white footage of some people applauding. They stand up and they applaud. And I thought that was really precious.
It was really precious. You mentioned the early days of Premiere. The video has that feeling to it. I remember seeing experimental video editing when I was about 14 years old. Some kid in my neighborhood was really into video editing. It was the first time I got to see someone editing video.
Was it me?
No, it was my friend Tim.
Yeah.
And Tim was my friend's older brother. He was in college, and his music videos looked a lot like Dragula.
Yeah. Cool.
A lot of stock footage and atom bombs going off over them and stuff like that. I highly recommend people at home watch Dragula.
Dragula's great.
It'll get stuck in your head. It'll make you want to watch The Matrix for some reason. It's barely in The Matrix.
Yep.
And it'll remind you of a simpler time.
Much simpler.
Much simpler.
Much spookier. For all the nice things we've said about this, have you checked out any other Rob Zombie videos?
No.
Me neither.
I mean, there's a Living Dead Girl. That's a lie. I have seen the Super Beast video because it's at the end of Twisted Metal 4. And it's basically just footage of Rob Zombie like doing this and the camera rotating around him. It's like a poor man's Matrix effect.
Oh, yeah.
But it really is just that. Dragula's way cooler. I think Rob Zombie in an alternate timeline could have been a lot like Andrew WK. You know?
Yeah.
Or like a Terry Crews type.
Or Alice Cooper.
Yeah, where like there's like this tough, like, you know, surface level appearance of them. But then the minute they open their mouth and like go to entertain, you're like, oh, this person's a softie. He's one of the good guys. Like, and Rob Zombie totally could have been. You could have put out a few more. Didn't Sir Mix-a-Lot put out another song about butts after Baby Got Back? You had to.
No, he
right?
Put 'em on the Glass, which is about these.
Okay, yeah. Where's the
glass.
Dragula equivalent for Rob Zombie?
Maybe he ran out of spooky cars.
But he could have like started a song
Christine
about
song
burn the Frankenstein monsters. And
he probably did.
Slap the vampires and.
I think we're uneducated on this topic. I bet we're gonna get all these comments from Rob Zombie fans saying like, just listen, man, it's all there.
But Ryan mentioned earlier that Rob Zombie put out an album called Hellbilly Deluxe 2. The albums between those two weren't a hit. So it's kind of him trying to like go back to that fire he was burning in when he wrote that album.
What is Rob Zombie? Is that his real name?
Yeah.
Actually, I found out today he's from Massachusetts.
Really?
Local boy. Him
Yeah.
and his brother, Powerman 5000.
Powerman 5K.
Sorry, PM 5K.
Okay. This whole show is just us getting off our chests songs that are stuck in our head and then cool music videos that go with it.
Yeah, I think at some point we're gonna have to do an episode on a video that we think is bad,
Yeah.
like really like that we don't enjoy.
Yeah.
But thankfully, Dragula's great.
Thankfully, it's good.
Anyway, see you next week.